Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's start a new file. So you can choose as project template as well. In that project template, you can create this topo surface, which I'm going to demonstrate, and you can save it as a template so that it will be used for all the discipline like your architecture and structural as well. So let me click on, I'm going to choose this project. Let me click on OK. Okay. So when you come to this project file, you have a site view. Okay. So all the site related elements will be visible and will be created. Most importantly, will be created in this site view only. Okay. So there you need to create. So we have a topo surface option under this massing and site tab. And here we have this model site panel. So let's go for this topo surface. So if you are creating this topo surface under this level 1, here you will get this warning that topographic elements are not visible in your current view. So you have to go to this site view or a 3D view. Okay. So go to the site, double click here, and then here you can create it easily. Okay. So make sure you are at this site and then you are going for this topo surface and then you create. Fine. Now we have two options to create. First is very simple, just by placing your points and according to the elevation of your point, you can define the topo map, okay, or topo surface. So let me show you that. Place a point. Okay, so here let's place the point. And now next I will give some elevation over there. Okay. Right, like this. And then let me go for finish. And this one is created. You can check in 3D. Activate the realistic visual style. And this one is created. Okay. Right. You can check with the section box. Here we have a section box within this 3D view. Go for the section box, check this section box, and then select this section box. So this section box is section for any element, and in any direction, like in the 3 dimension, you can go for front, back, left, right, top, bottom, and you can create your section. Generally, we have complete, not just like a surface. Uh, Generally, we have like a total volume we have, but present as a surface. Okay, we represent as surface. And here you have this rotate option. So if you need to rotate this, you can rotate. So you can rotate it also. So if you need to rotate, you can rotate it. So, so this way we can create this. And after uh, creating a section, we don't need this section box to be highlighted. So for that, select the section box, then come to this modify, hide in view option, hide element, and this section box is hidden right now. And here you can see this is your topo surface. Fine. Now, after creating your topo surface, we will define the building pad where our building will be placed. Okay. The building pad is like the PCC bed after excavation. So let's go for the building pad from the site view, and you can just simply go for the building pad and define the area where your building pad will be placed. Okay, so this is going to be the area. All right. Then where it will be placed. Okay, so it will be placed at level 1 or level 2 where it will be placed. So uh, here it is mentioned. Okay, and what is the type pad 1, and you can go to the structure. So here you can see that this is the structure, and here material will be applied to concrete. This one, click on OK, and let's go for finish. Okay, can check in 3D. That is clear. So if you have a foundation level, so let me create the foundation level here. If you have a foundation level, you can make it till there. LL is the shortcut. Then choose the pick line, give the offset value, like 2000, right? Fine. You can give it a name. So right now I'm not just providing the name, and then select the pad, change the level to level 3. That is created. Now we can check in 3D, and that is placed at level 3. Okay, cut is created. Okay, and after that you can create your structural element. You can start placing your structural element, and you remember that is created uh, in this file, right? This file that is created, and this another surface is created to cover up. Here you can see. All right, just deleted that, or you can hide it also. So here you have this spec icon. You can see this spec icon at the bottom of your window, and this is called the view control bar. Within this view control bar, you have this temporary hide or isolate. So you have this hide category or hide element. So for this hide element, you can go for HH is the shortcut. And for isolate element, you have HI. Okay. So isolate means the selected one will be visible. The unselected elements will be hidden. Okay. So that is the isolate element. So you can hide it also. Go for hide element. And when you temporary hide, you can see the blue highlighted border, and here it is mentioned temporary hide or isolate. So you can easily understand that something is hidden in this view. Okay, so that is temporary hidden, and after that you need to bring it back. So HR is the shortcut, or here you can go for this reset temporary hide or isolate. Okay, so that you need to cover up after creating your uh, substructures. Okay, now let me show you that how we can use other options. Read this. Okay, so go to the site and here we have this create from import. And suppose you have a survey data file, so you can choose that point file directly. Or if you have a DWG file, the 3D contour data is created by the survey data. So you can use that contour data if it is created in DWG or DGN format. So let's use that. Okay, so right now nothing is imported here. So let's go for insert and we will go for import CAD. Okay, and let me use that. Okay, so this is a file and see the color is there and there's all layers you need. Or here you can make mention that for the visible layers you need only. So you can mention the visible and import units. You can go for meter or millimeter. Okay, and the positioning is auto origin to internal origin, and where it will be placed, it will be placed at level 1. And if it is only visible on this level 1 view, then you can choose current view only. That is not needed. I need to see in other views or in 3D also. So I'll uncheck this current view and it will orient as per the level. So orient to view. And now let's go for click open. And that is available here. Okay, and now let's go for select import instance, then select this file. Okay, and after selecting what are the layers you need, as per these layers it will be added. Okay, so let me uncheck this and let's click here. Okay, and here you can see these points are placed as per this contour data. And after that, you can finish it. Click on finish. And now you need to uh, hide that topos of that CAD file which you have inserted. Now let me place this topos of at the center. Here it is placed. Okay, like this. Place it here. All right. And this one, I can delete it or I can hide this. All right. So now let me show you that this import CAD option can be exploded. This can be exploded. You can partially explode or you can fully explode. So if you have a CAD file which you have inserted by the import CAD option, then only you can explode it. Okay, so when you explode all these DWG components or the AutoCAD components will be converted into Revit element. Like the line you will get as model line. If there are text, so that will be a Revit text after exploding. So you can go for fully explode, then only you will get all these things. Okay, and if you choose this one, so some uh, nested import symbols or some nested element will be uh, converted into Revit element. Okay, some sort of symbols or block will be converted into Revit element. So you should go for full explode option. And if you want to delete some layers, so you can delete those layer elements. So you can choose that, or let me show you that if I select it and the layer not available anymore. So I can click on OK, and there you can see that part is deleted. And if I choose this, click on OK, right? So you can delete. So I think this one will not be deleted. Uh, right. Okay. So this file cannot be deleted because if I delete that, everything will be deleted, everything will be removed. So now you can see that the green line is not available anymore. That's because I have deleted that layer. Okay, so now I don't need this. Uh, and here you can go for the query and you can select this layer or this object and you can get the query like what kind of element it is. It is a line and it is created with this layer. Okay, and all these details we will find out. And here you can choose this hide in view, particularly to hide that element, this query option. Okay. So now let me press escape twice and let me select this, unpin it, and I will press delete. Okay. All right. So this way I can create a topo surface if I have a particular data. Sorry, not this. Let me go to the 3D view here and realistic. And that is the topo surface which I have created now. And after that, we can create a building pad over there. So go to the massing and site and we can create a building pad. Okay. So just define the building pad, go to the site. Okay. So let's, okay, let me go for pick line. Okay. So nothing is created here. So now what you can do before creating the building pad, you can create with this model line so that you have the reference. This you can choose here. Okay. That model line, this is not a view specific element. This can be seen in this particular view, in the level one or any other floor plan, and in 3D as well. Okay, so that is not a view specific element. This one is the, yeah. So here you can see also. And you can go for massing and site, go for the building pad option, and then you can choose this pick line and you can pick this line to create the building pad and where it will be placed to be placed at level 3. So right now the level 3 is not created. We can create that level 3 and we can place it. Okay. Yes, we can include. Okay, so that is place at foundation level. Like that, we can place it. Okay. And it is available here. Okay. Now you need to change the material. So for that, go to this edit type here and there define the material. Click on OK. Okay. All right. Fine. And if you are just representing with this, only you for the architectural project you are creating just only. So on the top of this building pad, you can start creating your superstructure. All the model elements you can start placing. Okay. Now, let me show you that how you can create a road layout. Suppose a road layout is there, so you can how you can create a road layout. So for that, we have this massing and site, and we have two options. Either you can go with this split region, sorry, split surface, and we have this sub-region. So when you need to go with this sub-region, when you need to go with split surface, uh, if you choose this split surface, so it will split the surface into two different surfaces. Okay. And if you go for this sub-region, so the divided one will be the part of this main surface. It will remain the part of this surface. So when we should go for this sub-region you need to choose when the materials are same. Uh, Here you can define different material even if you go for sub-region, but generally it's not suitable because you are making it connected with this. So it's better when you go for sub-region, so you make the same material, so it remain uh, feasible to understand that it is connected with this. So if you are making any garden, so then go for sub-region. And if you are making any road, so their elements and materials are changed. So go for split surface, create a different surface. So let's go to the site here, go for split surface and then select this. Okay. And then I will create here to here. Okay. Then from here to here. Okay. And if you want to connect this side also, if you want to create a road to this side, it is there also. So you can create the same line, but it should be closed. Okay, it should be uh, closing with the main surface. All right, otherwise you will not, you see that the splitting boundary must split the surface into exactly two pieces. Okay, so that is the option we need to provide. So now let me close it here. And here it is done. Okay, so this is the surface which I have created. Okay, and again you need to change anything, you can go for edit surface. Fine. And let me show you in 3D that is created here. Right, and then go to the material, and here we have asphalt material. You can search for it. All right, this one, can check appearance, go for graphics, and here also make it render appearance, use render appearance. So in the shaded visual style, you get the color of the appearance of that material. So click on OK, and that is created. So like that, you can create. Okay, and suppose here you need to create a garden, garden area. So or the boundary area, you need to define other boundary area so that you can go this sub-region. Okay, so that is the another region of this main region or the topo surface. Okay, so let's go to the site, and here you can go for sub-regions. So let me choose the pick line option, and I'll give it an offset. So offset 1200. Okay, fine. That is created. and click on close. And that is the sub-region now. And for this edit surface, you can edit. It is needed. You can edit it. Okay. Now that is created, and go to the sub-region and select this region here. And there you can define the material. Okay. Go for a grass. That is there. So you need to add into this document. It is added. Now it can be applied. Okay. Go for apply. Okay. That is applied here. Here you can see. Right. So this way we can create, we can define our landscape. And after that, we can start creating. Fine. As per the grids and all, we will start creating it. So this will be the task for you all guys. Okay. That before creating your project and all, this should be ready. Either you can make it in the uh, template file. You can make it ready within the template file with all the level and grids and all. Everything you can include in the template file, and with that template file, you can start creating your project. Or else within this project, you can create it. Okay. So go for it, practice it, and let me know. Okay. So this is all for today. Okay, I'm ending it here.